Hey, this is a quick video for my CMP 200 class, my networking class on getting the material and test out. So this is something that I show you in class, but if you need this as reference or for some reason are not in class, this is how you're going to do it. Now, you're going to use a code, and I am not going to give you that code in this video because this video has to go out to the internet, and that code cannot go out to the internet. Otherwise, TestOut will revoke our privileges. So anyway, here's the network systems one, and I just wanted to show that. You get into Canvas, so you got to go through Canvas and get that material, and obviously you did because you wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't, right? And so I am going to put this video in an announcement, and that announcement will appear right here at top where it says recent announcements. So it'll appear there, which is what you clicked on to get to this point. But I want to point that out because if there's any kind of announcement like I've got COVID and I can't come in, that kind of thing, not only will I send you an email, there'll be an announcement right there at the top. And so as a student, you should look at the recent announcements little section at the top and make sure that there's nothing there. All right, so let's take a look. We use a product called TestOut, which is a fantastic product. That's why we use it. There's lots of products out there that'll help you prep for getting Network Plus certified, which is the biggest certification that you can get in the IT field to start off with. And most other certifications that are more advanced, this is information I cover in my 100 class, believe that you've already taken this material, that you've already gotten Network Plus certified. Microsoft expects that, Cisco expects that, Amazon figures that you've done it. All the big ones basically are like, okay, they've got that out of the way, now let's teach them our stuff, right? And so TestOut, they've got a lot of different certifications that they go through. And you will actually be getting a pro certification during this course. TestOut does their own thing. So there's the TestOut Network Pro certification, and that's going to be your final in this class. That's what you're prepping for. And then if you want to get the CompTIA Network Plus certification, which I don't even highly recommend it. I just tell students, you got to get it. I make it an option only because there's people that they're not going into this, right? They're going into programming. They want to go into data management or something like that. And so this particular certification doesn't really apply to them, even though it would still help them, right? It would still, on that piece of paper that you're turning in as a resume, it would still help you out in those situations. But it's not their career path. And so I make it an option for everybody else. You need to get Network Plus certified because networking is the basis of everything that you do, right? And so you come here to TestOut, and their stuff is expensive. They have really good stuff, and it's really expensive. And notice right here, you can enter a price code. So that's what you're going to do, and you're going to enter that code that I gave you in the announcement. So for me right here, what I'm going to do is pause this so I can put in the code and come to the next page, right? So that's what I did over there. I put in that code, and once you hit, let's continue, then this is what you get. And you can get any of this material. That's something I tell people in any class I'm using TestOut. We'll be using it in the 285 course that you'll take after this in the fall, which is Ethical Hacker Pro. And yeah, that one is a little more expensive. You'll notice that all these are 18-month licenses. Basically, the idea is it should cover the time of that particular certification. And so it's enough time. Basically, every certification is updated within a 2-year period. That's usually what they do. And so you have 18 months to use this product to get certified. And yes, indeed, I have a lot of students that they're just like, oh, I'm so busy, I can't get certified while I'm going to school. And then once they get a job, they realize, gosh, I would have got more money, or I could have got that job I applied for, but they never interviewed me. Now I need to do this. And then they'll do a full-time job and get certified, right? And so I try to tell students, I don't care how poor you think you are, I don't care how busy you think you are, you're not as poor and you're not as busy as you will be later. Sorry. So get this certification, prep for it in this class, get it out of the way while you're at school. And I'm telling you, when you have that on your resume coming straight out of school, they'll be like, what? You did it? Right? They'll be so impressed. So anyway, this is the one we're using. That's why I'm here. Let me zoom in on that. Well, it's not going to zoom in for me. TestOut Network Pro. It still won't want to zoom in for me. So anyway, this is the one where my arrow is. TestOut Network Pro. That is CMP 250 right there. It's going to cost you $129. You add it to your cart, and then from then on, if you've already set up a TestOut account, and some of you have, right, it's going to have you log in basically. And so some of you did A plus material and you got the TestOut PC Pro stuff, right? So you've already got an account. Once you get to this point, you just use that same account and buy the Network Pro stuff under that account. For all those that haven't got an account, you're going to, add that to your cart, and then you're going to go on and, tell them who you are. And it's an online process, right? It's just like purchasing anything online. For the institution, you need to type look at that. You need to type that in there. And the reason why you need to type that in there is because it's going to show you a class list. And I have a class set up for you. So even though you're going to be using Canvas and it'll take you over and get all this work done as you do this, there has to be a test. There has to be a shell within TestOut for you to sit in, basically. And so this I'm with Eastern Arizona College is going to provide you with which class are you in, and you'll see it there, CMP 250. You'll see spring 2021 and all that. So yeah, here's all the stuff if you haven't, built your own account. And I can't go any further with this because I'm not going to pay for it. So in any case, that's how you get it. And I tell people, you got to get this quick. I'm going to tell everybody in class. So this is the second time you've heard this. If you're listening to this and you were in class, you got to get this material and you got to get it quick. You're in a technology program. This is the stuff you came here to learn. Don't play the game where you bought your English book and your biology book, but you didn't get this material. I have students fail this course because they waited 6 weeks to get this material. So I won't kick you out of the class if you don't have it, right? I'll let you stay there and you can listen to my, my lectures, and you can just pretend like you're getting where you need to go, right? And take the notes that I am going to mandate that you have to take. You're going to do all that, but then you can't do any of the content, and you'll miss the first test, and then you'll miss the second test. And it happens all the time. Get this material. I know it's $129, and I'm sorry for that. And every year I I go through online stuff just to try to find, is there anything, right? Is there any product that I can get cheaper that'll do the same thing? And every year the answer is no. This just offers so much. And one of the biggest things it offers you is that when you really are studying for that certification and you have to plunk down more than $129, you've studied something that's going to prepare you to do that. It is not a situation where like, well, I hope that stuff was good enough for me. Instead, you'll know that it's good enough. You'll know, all right, I really, really got what I needed out of this. And I'm ready to take that test. All right, so I don't want this video to be too long. I'm going to stop this video, but that's how you get the material. And if you have any questions, obviously you need to contact me so we can get you going.